What's going on, guys? It's Play by Play Tech, episode 30. I can't believe we're at 30 now. I'm your host, Moandogg Gaming,
Yeah.
alongside my co
Yeah.
host, Max Chambliss.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
30 of these, dog. 30.
Yeah. Hopefully we get like the other people on YouTube and hit 100, hit 200, whatever the case is and
I
stuff.
know.
So, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, we haven't
Yeah.
missed a beat yet.
Well, we're trying not to miss it, right? So it's kind of been, we're kind of testing the waters out, right? Because our schedules are a little different, especially mine. So we don't have a solid time yet. We're just kind of trying out things, and we're trying out this evening thing. So, yeah, what was last week? We started at 8. And then now this time we started at what, 9:30 tonight. So we'll come up with
Yeah.
something, I guess, something that's steady like we were doing, because the 6 o'clock had to change from Tuesdays.
Yeah, it's just our schedules is just it's weird. Well, it's not weird. It's just the thing is like just have other responsibilities and stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's just one of those things that yeah, we just gonna have to keep switching times. I think 9:30 may be a little bit better.
okay,
We'll see how this goes and stuff
yeah,
like that. But
yeah,
yeah, if we're a little bit late, then please forgive us
we're testing out
with
the
that.
water. So and then I kind of got to be a little metal because now my kids are asleep, and my office here is upstairs next to them, so I gotta try not to be too
Yeah.
too loud.
Yeah, well, at least I'm on I have an office, so I'm in on the first floor, and my
Oh,
daughter
so
and
you
my
can just go ahead
wife
and scream.
is. No, I can't do that. I can't do all that. It's still echoes and stuff, so I'm not
Yeah.
gonna
So
do
what you
all
been
that.
playing
So
this week,
that's kind of like,
Max?
man, I've been playing
I saw your
still
Resident
playing Final
Evil.
Fantasy.
I saw your Resident Evil
Yeah,
stream.
yeah, yeah. I played that demo, and man, the game is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, but man, it is. That's just scary.
I told
For me specifically, like I said, I can't have headphones on if I'm gonna be playing that game. That's the creepy part. And when I was streaming it, it was like some people that was dropping by and saying what's up and everything, and I was like, oh hey, what's going on? And then I heard a voice in the background say, I see you, and I was like, what is going on? I was like flipping out. I was like, what? I said, what's going on?
but you know
So
what though, those scary games, it's funny, right? Because scary movies doesn't get me like that depending on what it is. But scary games, you would think like, come on, it's a game, but it's a little bit different, right? Because you're interacting with what's happening on the screen. And I used to stay away from the scary games. I remember when the Xbox 360 first came out, and the game that came on it was Condemned. It was Condemned, right? Yeah, it was Condemned. They had Condemned 1 and Condemned 2. And that scared the crap out of me. And then I was like, you know what? I'm done with the scary game stuff.
is that
So
the one on
then,
the Xbox?
Xbox 360. So
Yeah,
then
I never
I
played that game.
I think my buddy Raul convinced me. He said Fear was good. I've never played any of the Fears because I was done with all the scary games. So I played Fear 3 and I was able to power through that one. So then I think the next one I did play Outlast. I hated that game. My wife was laughing at me because we
Outlast.
was in Roseville, and
No, I
I
never
like
played
threw
that.
the headphones off when something jumped at me, so it was just ridiculous. And then the last one I played was PT. Remember the whole PT demo that came out, and I mean,
Yeah.
that was awesome. That was really awesome. It was very scary, and my PlayStation still had the game on there, so I guess my PlayStation could have worth been worth something, but I didn't care. I wanted the new systems and stuff, but that was my little adventure of the scary game. So what I'm thinking about doing, I saw your stream, Max, when you were playing Resident Evil, and I told Max, I sent him a text. I was like, I was cracking up. He was scared and just breathing all hard and cussing and just
Yeah, because it's like in the game, like they start you off. They start you off if y'all download this game on because it's only available on the PS5. It's not available on Xbox. Xbox Series X is only available for PS5 because they got the exclusive whatever exclusivity. But they start you off in a cell, like a dungeon, pretty much, and and it's like total dark and stuff, and you like looking around trying to figure out how to get yourself out. And so I was like, all right, let me look around. And when you go through each prison cell, is like you see people like hanging and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, and it was making noise too. And I was just like, oh crap. And then when you're trying to get out of there, it's like the only way you can get out of it is if you go into one of the cells where it's like one of the bodies are hanging. And so I was just thinking to myself, I said, oh please, please hope it doesn't come alive. So the first thing that happens is that when you go into the cell, it's like you get some bolt cutters and to cut off the locks and stuff. So when I got no, you get some bolt cutters, and then you open up another cell to get this key from this person, this other body and stuff like that. Then you can use this key to unlock the door and get yourself out. So when I got the bolt cutters and going through one area to another area, you start hearing some noises, and it's like when you have headphones on, because I had the PlayStation headsets on right now, but this is exactly what I was wearing when I was doing a demo and playing a demo. And you literally hear stuff behind you when you like facing something, and so you turn around because you hear like water dripping, and then you just hear noises like whispers.
But that's part of your headphone technology, isn't it? That you have.
Yeah, because with this they because there's a 3D Tempest and stuff audio, and so those are one of the reasons why I bought this headset, because it's made for the PlayStation 5, so it takes advantage of that technology. But so it's like I could hear, like if I'm facing something, I can hear stuff in the background, and you hear whispers in the background. So it's like when I'm playing it, it's like you literally just like looking backwards. If I didn't have my headphones on and I just had like my regular surround sound, it wouldn't affect me as much. But when you have your headphones on, it's like you hear it is a different immersion experience. But it was just like going through that. It was a very short demo. It's like it took me like 30 minutes, but it's really like a 10-minute demo. It just is like once you get your way around and get used to it, it's a very easy concept. But it's just like you walking around, you hear stuff, you see people walking and stuff, and then it's like as people was coming into the stream, that's when the whisper came in and stuff like that. And it was like the lady in the background was like, "I see you," and I was like, "What the?" And I was like hiding and stuff like that. So no, it's a good demo. If anybody have a PlayStation 5, I highly recommend you guys downloading it and playing it if you're into horror games and stuff like that. I wasn't really into horror games at first, but then I think once I started playing more Resident Evil games and stuff, that's why I got more used to it. So I was just like, yeah, I think it's a must download in my opinion. So that's just it's good.
Yeah, I plan on streaming that tomorrow. I want to do like a 2-piece tomorrow. I think I'm gonna do Resident Evil first, and then the Medium comes out tomorrow. I've already made my thumbnail for it, and I'm looking forward to playing the Medium.
The game looks real fun because it's definitely had that old school vibe, kind of like Silence of the Hill. And I played a little bit of Silence of the Hill games, but it got that type of vibe, or in Resident Evil, because it got that camera angles and stuff like that. It got that old school camera stills, and I can't wait to play that game too. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and speaking on that, I want to kind of bring that one up because I actually pulled Game Informer's review on the game, and they didn't give it a good review. Really, they gave it a 6.75, but this is Game Informer, so yeah. So I'm gonna wait until I play it
IGN
before
gave
I
it an
judge
8.
it. See, that's what I'm saying. So
IGN gave it an 8, and then I think Games not GameStop, GameSpot gave it a good rating too.
okay.
So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't want to judge it. I want to play it for myself because there's times where you get these stats and you play something, you're just like, this ain't what they were talking about. This actually is pretty good, or this is actually pretty bad. But they were saying here, I can actually read how GameStop does it. So they said the replay was moderately low. Entertainment, it's a horror game, but more tedium than tension. Playability, the medium is fairly straightforward. Most of the posts simply require you to run across the environment and find the right items to open the next area. And graphics, they said the graphics are good. It says well detailed. It said, but the art design is bland. So I guess I gotta judge that when I play it tomorrow. So, but I'll be streaming it tomorrow. It's kind of one of the reasons why I
Yeah.
push my stream to tomorrow because it come, it's the first day. It's gonna be, how games are, they're popular on the first day. I want to take advantage of it.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's kind of like whatever. It's I'm still gonna play it regardless. It's just one of those things that you just have to just. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody had their own review, thinking of it and stuff. It looked very interesting, especially when they had a split camera, and it makes it more interesting because they talk about like the how demanding it is.
yeah,
Because Digital Foundry just came out with a video today, and they were just talking about yeah, it's very taxing because they had to, when it comes to developing and coding, it's like they have to do double of everything because it's a split screen, and it's not like it's the same area, it's totally different areas. One is the living and one is in the spiritual, and it's like totally different environments.
yeah.
So
I don't know how that's gonna mix in with Planet, gameplay. What's good about it is with the new technology and the systems, you're really gonna be utilizing that SSD from switching back and forth to the
and
different
that's what I was
play
talking
areas.
about.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah,
looking
that's what I was
forward to
talking about
that.
because it was saying it was switching back and forth. It's like they do the split screen, but then certain parts, like when you like it doesn't do the split screen, it does that, some of those horror movies where it goes back and forth, like you seeing something coming up, it just like it starts to flicker with
Right.
different scenes. It does the same thing, and it's saying how demanding that is. And by doing that, and it just like I said, it says it's very stressful
Yeah.
on the system and stuff. So Digital
Shoot, not
Foundry
on
said
these.
like if you have well, Digital Foundry said like on regular PCs and stuff, you may have some issues with it. So who
Well, regular
knows and
PCs
stuff.
don't
So
have the new SSDs in them yet. So, I mean, they're coming.
that could be it.
They're coming.
Yeah, they'll just
So,
yeah.
be prepared. But with that, take that with a grain of salt. Max at IGN gave it a good rating. Game Informer did not. So when I play it tomorrow, when I stream it tomorrow, I'll let you guys know. Hopefully, I don't take too long on Resident Evil to where I knock the time off of medium. So we'll see. We will see. Well,
Yeah.
let's talk about the big news that everybody's talking about, and that is GameStop.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, the
Literally,
thing
people
is,
have. Go ahead.
I was just saying, if anybody's in the stocks and stuff like that, it's still a fluke. I
You think
don't
it's a
care.
fluke?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a fluke and stuff like that. I tell people this all the time. Like GameStop is not doing good.
Yeah,
And
that's the part I don't understand.
what's happening is that in the article, and there's a Reddit forum, they did this. I can't. I used to. And the funny thing is, I used to follow this. I'll follow this person. I don't know why I did. What they did was they flooded GameStop, not GameStop. Yeah, well, they flooded they flooded GameStop stock. That's what I'm trying. It's like twist of words, but and what ended up happening is that what Wall Street was doing, they were short selling the stock. That's pretty much it's a term where you pretty much they buy the stock, but as the stock is going down, they borrow the stock as in buying it, for hoping that it'll go to a lower price. As it going to a lower price, you make money from it. So what the Wall Street was doing is they were shorting the stock, but this Reddit forum was getting a whole bunch of people to start buying GameStop, and so when the shorts start to expire on a lot of their stocks or the options on when they short and stuff, that's where the stocks just started to skyrocket because it was like people are starting to flood the market,
See, yeah,
and so
there's so
that's why you
many
see the
different
price.
stories. There's so many different stories because some people are saying after Elon Musk said something about it, and
No,
then
I
you
had
showed me
nothing to
the
do with
Reddit
Elon
portion
Musk.
of it. So I mean,
No.
they're out there. I think I sent you the article. But
Yeah, it had
I
nothing to
don't
do
know this
like
stuff. I
do
don't
with
know
him.
stock. You're like the stock guy. My buddy at work, his name is Eric. He's on his Dark Saber. He's into that stuff, and he does the forex and the Bitcoin and all that. So this is not my cup of tea. All I know is that I remember GameStop stocks being like $4 or something a share, and now it's at 347, and it might be higher after this article.
Yeah,
You
don't
know.
I'm advising people right now, do not buy it. It's gonna go down. I'm telling people right now, do
Well,
not buy it.
well, GameStop
Do not
hasn't
buy it.
changed their whole aspect of how they deliver games. They still haven't really gotten to the digital gaming market.
Don't
They
buy
take
it.
advantage of your trade-ins. Because the moment you walk out of the door, your camera went wacky, Max.
Oh yeah, it did. Oh, what's going on with the
I
camera? Boop,
don't
boop, boop,
know.
boop, 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 boop,
Hopefully
boop,
it'll
boop,
fix
boop, boop.
itself. It looked like you're dancing.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now. I'm doing a jit. Oh, if I remember, turn it off right quick.
All right. So, but yeah, that's just how I look at it. There you go. You're back.
Yeah.
So nothing has changed from what GameStop to make people invest in it. So what you're saying to me, makes sense of, this is not going to last long. GameStop is not
No, it's
interesting.
not.
Best Buy is more interested in GameStop, and they give you more value for whatever you give them.
Yeah, because the thing is that what GameStop model is that they depend on they resell games and stuff like that. You buy a physical disc and then you trade in their whoever's listening to this, they don't give you the money that you deserve for the game and stuff. And then what they go ahead and do, they flip it and sell it for almost full retail price, even though the game is used, and they only knock off maybe like a couple bucks off of it. And so it's like that's their bread and butter by doing that. But now you have Amazon, you got Best Buy, you got PlayStation Store, you got the Xbox Store, you got the PC been doing, and that's the funny thing. PC been doing this for years and stuff like that, and I think people haven't really realized that on PC you only can buy digital content now. People don't even use discs
Oh
anymore
yeah. You get a high-end
for
PC, it doesn't even
PC.
come with a disk
And
drive.
that's the part that people are like screaming about. Like, oh, I love physical disc. Look, physical disc is nothing wrong with that and stuff, but it's getting to a point now that GameStop have to go with a different model. And the different model is that they should be coming out with services. Yeah, I've been saying this more and more. That's kind of
Yeah.
like what companies should
Yeah.
do. Come out with a service and stuff that make people want to come back more and more, or they have to pay a monthly fee for whatever it is. I don't know what the service is.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know the business, but they could come up with something very cool and stuff like that. With that, they're starting to do PC parts, which is a good idea and stuff like that. Do I think it's too
They should have
late?
been did that. Yeah.
They
It's a
should have
little
been
late
doing
for
that
that.
a long time
But
ago.
but you know who else is late to the party on that? And that's Best Buy. Best Buy is finally starting to get a section where it kind of reminds you of Micro Center. It would never be on the same level. Well, it could be one day. I shouldn't say that.
Well, I'll say this: Best Buy always had that, but you had to go online. It's not like in the store. You could buy your PC parts individually at bestbuy.com, but when you go to a Best Buy store, it's very limited because of course, like pretty much how business goes is that uh, you have companies that will rent out space, like Apple will rent out space at Best Buy. You have Samsung that rent out space, so they paying Best Buy or these stores to market their stuff. So it's kind of like the average person who is like Moan and myself who want to like kind of like build a PC and stuff like that, or get individual PC parts. You won't see that at Best Buy because they have a lot of stuff that is being rented out and stuff. So when you have that type going on, it's kind of like for them, it's kind of hard for them to do. They only have so much shelf space
Yeah.
and stuff. So
Yeah. They
so
would
that's
have to
pretty. That's
expand or get rid of a section and that type of thing. So, I mean, I don't know. Again, when I don't even think I shared this with you, Max. I collect retro games, and GameStop has a section for it. It has a very good catalog. But I was looking for a game. It was Shenmue 2 for the Dreamcast, because I have one behind me, and I said I'm gonna give a GameStop a try because all the Shenmues were like $100, 150. Then I started to find them 90, 70, and then GameStop had it for 35. I'm like, oh man, all right. So I ordered it. It's my sister. She's saying hi. I ordered it,
Oh, hey.
and it went from I got it, I opened it, the game was cracked. And I'm like, what the heck? So so then I was like, you know what, I'm done with GameStop. They took it back, they gave my money back. They wanted me to use the game and other aspects of the store. And I was like, no, I'll just take my money. I'll go to what do you call it? Dish Replay. Or the other store I go to, it's local, it's in Michigan, it is Retro Taku, and I love those guys. Those guys are awesome. And they take care of me. I've bought all my stuff from there. And there's another.
Oh,
What's up?
I was just thinking about something. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
So I have a real quick story about GameStop. This like I said, I don't hate GameStop, but there is certain things that is just like it pissed me off a lot. And this is like a bad experience I had with them. It was like one time I pre-ordered. It was a Castlevania game, but I can't think for the life of me which Castlevania game it was. It was on the PlayStation 3. Yeah, it was. It was on the PlayStation.
It was that 3D one. I remember that one.
Yeah, it was on the PlayStation 3. The more I just can't think of the name. I don't know if it's Symphony or something, but anyway, I pre-ordered a game. It was in the wrapper. That's the crazy part. It was in the wrapper. I brought it home. Because I pre-ordered the game, so it was all brand new. I pre-ordered it, and I came home and I opened it. There was no disc in there.
Oh my gosh!
And I was like, this can't be happening. Luckily, my buddy at GameStop and stuff like that, I've known him for years. During the time, I don't think it was even GameStop back then. It was Electronic Boutique before GameStop took over the name and stuff. But yeah, he was just like, yeah, we will replace it and stuff like that. He said it happens. I'm glad he believed me because I told him, I said, literally, this game was brand new and stuff like that. I opened it, it was no disc in there. I wouldn't just lie and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, he said, I believe you and stuff. So so he gave me the same game and stuff like that, and we opened it together to make sure it was there. I was like, yeah, just in case. I said, let's just look at it. But it was just that experience. It was just like, do I have to go through hell just to try to convince them, that it was no disc in there? So it was just like those. It was like. And that wasn't even it wasn't a first time occasion. It happened to me twice. And I was like, it was only at GameStop. And I was like, I don't know it was in the plastic wrapper. That was the crazy part. So it's just like, I don't know what happened during that time, but I'm not like downing on GameStop on it. But it was just a bad experience for me.
Well, we got a couple comments. So Darksaber said GameStop was dead in the water pre-corona and was begging everyone to stay open during the Rona. So and our buddy Ross said GameStop is like a crappy used car lot. He said the other word. So, and
yeah,
Jonathan said hello. And Miss Almost Perfect said the same thing happened to him, as far as a game missing when he pre-ordered and got it. And the Jonathan guy, he goes, oh no, my man's on the right is a Lions fan. So not particularly. I'm from Detroit, still in the Metro Detroit area. So it's more so my city than, I don't even watch football like that, but it has the Detroit logo on it, so it's more so representing the city.
I said I do.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention. You got the hat on and I got the shirt. So I mean, we're both from the city.
I'm not. I don't want to turn into a sports podcast, but yeah, like I said, like we got rid of Stafford and stuff like that. It was a good decision. People could get upset at me. I don't care and stuff like that. We needed him. We needed a new coach. We needed a new manager and stuff like that. Like I read them I'm glad they did all that stuff. So I'm glad they fired Batista and stuff like that. Glad they fired. It was just like I'm glad we just did a whole clean.
I think
that's all I care about.
I think we had a nerve because Jonathan says he's UK, but his family's from Minnesota, so he's a Vikings fan. Darksaber said F the Lions. Miss Almost Perfect said I'm a Lions fan even though they suck.
Yeah, like when you and the crazy part, when you're from Michigan, even though they're doing terrible and stuff like that,
You'll throw the logo on. I don't care what you
yeah,
say.
you still support them regardless and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's still hope because if the Cleveland Browns were doing good and stuff like, there's hope for us. And look at the Buccaneers and stuff like that. They got Tom Brady and stuff like that. And you see, they was a terrible team and stuff like that. That may happen to the Lions. It may transform one day. I don't know. It's not going to be this. Well, I don't know. It may be next season and stuff like that. But who knows? All right, stop talking about football.
Yeah, we're done with it.
Yeah, stop talking about football.
All right. So I sent you this article earlier, Max. I don't know if you got an opportunity to look at it, but this is actually pretty interesting. So, and you know what's funny is I'm actually looking into one of these. Not this one. I can't afford this one, but it says Tesla new Model S will apparently play Witcher 3 on a built-in teraflop gaming rig. I don't know how true this article is, but there has been a lot of articles that popped up about the new Model S that's coming out that's getting like a full refresh. I mean, it's going to have the same electrical features, just a little upgraded, but the whole aspect of the car, from my understanding, is supposed to change, and they show some render images. I don't know how true they are, but, you know, looking at this article, I mean, it's basically putting a Series X or a PlayStation in your vehicle. And so here's the use cases, right? Because, you know, since I've been looking into this, because I'm actually interested in the one, you normally, they have the apps on here, Netflix and that type of stuff, and they have games on here when you have to wait for a charge if you're traveling. I think that's a good use case. You pop on a show for 30 minutes, you sit there, you got to sit there anyway, you know, you might as well just watch something, you know, buy you some time and go. I don't know how this is going to work with gaming because games now, you can't even take 30 minutes. You're going to turn your trip, you're going to turn a 4-hour trip into like a 10-hour trip.
No, it's not even. I can see Netflix looking at YouTube and stuff like that when you're on your break, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, for me, no, I'm okay and stuff.
Can you imagine trying to play Grand Theft Auto or even one match of Destiny?
But I don't know. I don't know. I guess I could be the minority on this, but it just coming to a point that I don't think I want to play video games like that. I mean, I play video games, but not at the extent like where you have it
where I gotta take my attention out of my surroundings and I'm not in my house to focus on
because there's so many because there's so many different scenarios. I was like, I don't think I want to play games and stuff like that. I'm not saying that they're gonna be playing. Of course, you can't play while you're driving, but it's just like you're in the parking lot, people watching. I don't know. It's just so many different scenarios. You're not paying attention and stuff like that, and those are the things that I kind of like think about as a safe. To me, it's just safety wise. It's just and then you're on the battery too. It's like
well, not only that, what about people that want to use it, and you're just sitting there playing a match of Destiny that takes about an hour, and they're gonna be pissed, especially if y'all in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
so Dark Saber said, he said, let his Bitcoin with a Tesla. He said that'd be fine. So he's a huge Bitcoin advocate, and you know, he's doing this thing, and he told me all the time we buying matching Lambos when Bitcoin kicks off. So I'm waiting on that.
Okay. Well, good luck with that. Good luck with that, because yeah, when it comes to Bitcoin, especially it always fluctuates and stuff like that.
So much, yeah.
I'm straight.
I don't know. It may have a GameStop rise, and he may be able to cash out right then and there. I mean, who knows?
No, I mean it does, but the question is that when it's all about timing and stuff like that. I did that before, and I made a little bit of money off of it, but it's just the thing is that there's an ongoing wave. It's like a roller coaster. If you get on the roller coaster, the very high, top of the roller coaster before it goes down, it's like like I said, people lose a lot of money and stuff like that doing that. Now, if you talk about like mining, using GPUs, trying to mine and stuff like that,
part.
I think that's more worthwhile. More worthwhile than doing the whole.
Well, people have there's the buying and trading and selling type of deal, right? So that's if you wouldn't get into that's the only market that you'll be able to really get into. Because trying to mine a coin right now is nearly impossible. I mean, it can be done, but especially if you're doing it off of one rig, it'll take you years You know, so when I was
Oh
mining them
yeah,
back in the day,
that's why you have all these GPUs are sold out because
yeah,
I even have a person that I know, his basement is full of GPUs and he mines and stuff. He literally
did
uses
you take one of his
uses it.
3090s?
No, this is before the 30 series came out. This is when
Okay.
like I think it was like the 20, yeah, it was the 2080 Ti that was coming out and that was when AMD was coming out with the what was it, 5700 or something,
Yes,
like
the
5700
5700
X.
XT and
Yeah,
5700.
XT.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was selling out left and right and stuff because of the whole the Bitcoin people was trying to mine and stuff. Yeah, so he had his whole basement was all filled with GPUs and just trying to cool it. I think he had like 20 or 30 of them. It was something crazy and stuff. And I was like, no, I can't get into that. I was like, that's he was making money and stuff. But I said, I'm not. I'm
I
okay.
want to know
I
what
stick
happened
to
to the.
investments.
So when I was at the dealership, when I was a technician, there was a guy there who knew somebody that was mining Bitcoin where they were like 0.00 of a cent or something, whatever the number was back then. And he mined. He was at the beginning stages of it. And he mined 100,000 of them. And he wanted to get rid of them. He was like, I have no use for it. I wish I'd have took advantage of that back then because I don't care if it went up to $1. He had 100,000 of them, and he didn't want them anymore. And I'm like, man, and I can only imagine it'll suck if he threw that away before this thing blew up just like it did now. So, but I want to know what
Yeah.
happened to the guy. I literally maybe the guy is wiping his behind with $100 bills. I'm not sure. So but that's what made me get into it, and that's when I started mining them, and I mined like two of them, and I got like him. I'm like, man, this ain't going nowhere, and I don't know what I did with it. I tell my buddy all the time. I'm like, man, I wish I'd have kept those 2 coins, at least the two that I mined. But now trying to do that, it's nearly impossible, and then you can't even really find a GPU to do it unless you buy used ones off of eBay. I mean, and then they're going to go for high dollar because they know they're targeting folks that are mining. So I mean,
Yeah.
if it's too late for me to get in there, I mean, I guess I can consider buying and selling little by little. But I mean, I don't have the kind of money to just be throwing out there and get a huge return back and all that stuff. So I just have to find
Yeah.
other means.
Yeah, I think if we was doing this back in 2013,
2007, 2007, 2008.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, around that time frame
Yeah.
when not a lot of people knew about it and stuff, then that would have been a different story. Yeah, I remember I was starting to get into around 2013, 14ish. And as the research that I was doing, I was just like, nah, I can't get into this. And you talking about investment wise, that is a huge investment and stuff. So I was just like, no, I'm okay and stuff. I'm straight. I'm straight
Yeah.
on that and stuff.
All
All
right.
right, let's
So
go ahead talk about something else.
now we talked about this for a hot minute. Microsoft backtrack on the Xbox Live Gold price hike. I wasn't too sure when I
Oh
first heard
yeah.
this. I wasn't too sure.
Yeah, the internet went crazy. People went nuts. When you sent me that article, I looked at it and I was like, this is a lie. But then it was like the IGN came out with something, and then I saw stuff on Twitter, and then I saw the GameSpot was saying something, and I was just like, oh, this is real. And then I was like reading the article and people was like, oh, it's not that bad. They said, oh, it's just going up $1, and I was like,
Right.
no, it's not just going up $1. I said it was going up like 100. It was like 120 something dollars. If
Yeah,
you was
for the
doing
year.
whole,
For the year.
yeah, for the year,
Yeah.
and that's for just for gold series and stuff like that. I was like, the first thing I thought about was I was like, Microsoft, what the hell are you doing? I said, are you trying to repeat yourself back in 2013 when you came up with the Xbox One, when you talking about you can't share games and stuff like that? That you see how much that backfired and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Now you're trying to go up on your services and stuff like that. You saw a whole bunch of people say, I swear I go to Sony side and say if y'all raise your price.
I mean,
You
I don't
see how
know.
quick they responded to. They said, nope. He said, we're making it free now.
Yeah. Yeah. I just know that would have been a bad move. I can see
Oh,
the
that would have
price.
been a terrible move.
I'd have been for the price going up $1 or two because the things that they're doing to me,
I'm straight on that.
but I'm expecting a price hike. Not in good favor of it, but because
Nope.
of they're buying
I
all
don't
these
see it.
studios, they're
I don't care.
they're adding all this the
No,
technology.
I don't care and stuff. The reason why I'm saying that as an I don't care is that I get that we paying for a service, but you got to think about this. Not only are you paying for Game Pass, but if you do Gold as well and stuff like that, that's an additional subscription. So it doesn't make sense for that. The only way you will get the Gold is if you do Ultimate Pass, which is I think was $14 or $15 a month, $15 a month. But the thing is about that is that once they price hike that, then they're gonna they're gonna hike the Game Pass. They're
Yeah.
gonna probably say, oh, it's $20 a month now. Oh, it's $25 a month. Oh, we're just going up a couple more dollars. It's gonna be $29.99. It's like that stuff adds up a lot of money because you gotta think about it. Netflix is charging almost, I think, $19 now. And then
Yeah,
you
for the
got
4K.
Hulu, you got Disney Plus, you got all
And I
these
have
other
all that
streaming
stuff, man.
services.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
and then you got
Hmm.
PlayStation Plus and stuff like that. That stuff adds up really, really quickly. And people and companies say, well, it's not that bad. I say, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's
It's
not that
like when
bad
you
for only
really
your company, but I'm paying for like 20 other
exactly.
subscriptions. So, I mean,
Exactly. It's like
there's
you really gonna have to sacrifice, like, am I really gonna be playing Xbox or am I really gonna be playing PlayStation?
mhm.
And that's where it comes down to it because the thing is you have to have gold if you want to play online with people and stuff. So it's kind of like you have no choice. It's just like the PlayStation Plus. It's the same thing. You have to have it. It's like a
Yeah,
service that you have to have. You just
yeah.
can't not
You won't be able
have
to
it
play
and stuff.
90% of the games they release, so you have to have it.
Exactly. So they did that for a reason, but when they go up on their price like that dramatic of a price, I can see $1 or two and go from there. But when you're in a pandemic, we're still in a pandemic, you got people losing jobs and stuff like that. That's the last thing you should be thinking
I
about
know,
doing
I know.
is raising up the prices. Wait till the economy, wait till everything start to get better. Then I say raise the prices and stuff like that. I could see that.
Like I
That's
said,
just my 2 cents.
I'm expecting it because of what they're doing. It seems like they're spending more than getting what they want in return. And when they do that, they tend to ask because they're spending money that they're spending more money than they're making. I'm not sure. I mean, with this other article I have, I mean, it may co-line with it. Hold on. So now Xbox Game Pass subscribers hit 18 million. That's actually really good. Because
Oh,
I
it's
think they
awesome.
were,
It's
yeah.
phenomenal for them. Yeah. So I
So
mean,
this
but they're
kind of,
making money off of that.
well, that's the point I was going to make, right? They because last time when we did it, I think at the end of last year, it was 10 million, and now
Yeah, it's
from
around 10.
then,
Yeah.
yeah, then the eight, and we already know what drove it up. It's the Series X. I mean, now that you think of it, it's kind of a, even though I was so upset about Halo, it's kind of a smart move, right? And they really didn't put too much work into it besides upgrade a console hardware.
Yeah.
All the games were the same, and they just put a little bit of work of making a few of them optimized for the Xbox, and they made it desirable. And I mean, Xbox Game Pass is still second to none, really. So it's a huge market type of advertisement deal when you're looking at this console. It's like, just look at this. You buy something that's $500, you pay, what's the subscription, $10, $7 a month if you get the basic one, and you have
Hmm.
almost 200 games at your disposal. So you don't have to go out and buy anything else, even though it's the same games you play. And there's a lot of games that come on there that you haven't played yet. Some games that you missed out on. Maybe you missed out on Metal Gear. Maybe you missed out on some of the God of War or the Halos. You can play them all the
Yeah.
exclusive. You missed out on the Forza. I mean, it's a smart move, and I see this makes sense. This makes, compared to PlayStation. PlayStation's going to make money off their exclusive sales. But
Hmm.
now that I look at this, even though the PlayStation in my eyes did win the end of the year last year,
Oh
this
yeah, they
here
did.
I told Max last year that 2021 is going to be the Xboxes from what they're doing, and all of this stuff that they're putting into it. I mean, you can't beat it,
Yeah.
really. You can't beat the price. You get
Yeah,
five.
I'm talking about like exclusive games. I mean, because
Yeah.
we get in the medium tomorrow. That's exclusive to Xbox. I can't think of the other games that's coming up at the top of my head, but Halo Infinite is coming out in the fall of this year. Um, gosh, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. Well, all the exclusive game. No, because I think it's like 5 or 8
Well, let
games that
me
are coming
see. Let me
out.
see if I can go to the Microsoft
They're
website.
exclusive to they're exclusive to Xbox. I can't think of it at the top of my head, but I mean that's a lot of games and stuff. It's not something that is just like, oh, it's like, oh,
Let's
this is
see.
nice.
Let's see what we got here. Games. Do they have Series X games? Where's my
I mean, you
Xbox?
got when I'm guessing, this is what I'm hypothesizing. I'm thinking that they're gonna come out with a Forza. I think a Forza Horizon game is gonna come out this year. Um, Actually, I will say this. Like I said, I could be totally wrong. They're coming out with Forza. I think that Microsoft gonna come out with Forza this year. They're gonna have a racing game. They also gonna come out with a action RPG. I have a feeling, I just don't know what. Um, uh, Perfect Dark. We definitely know it's not gonna be this year. It's gonna probably be next
Yeah,
year or the
that's
year
you're gonna wait
after.
for that. That one and what's the other one that came back? The RPG game.
Oh,
Fable. Fable.
yeah,
That's gonna be a
Fable's not
while.
coming out,
And I think they're
and then
coming out with
Avowed.
a Mass Effect too.
Oh yeah, and then you gotta think about this Avowed. That was a game that you
Oh
really liked.
man, yeah, I'm waiting on that.
Yeah, the Avowed game, and I forgot what the other games. Yeah, but like I said, I think Microsoft going to have a lot of games this year. It just they haven't announced everything yet, but I could see them really coming out with something really nice. And I don't know, we'll see. We'll see and stuff. So I think this is going to be Microsoft year and stuff. I think they're not going to be playing games, and they're going to be start releasing content
Yeah,
like crazy and
yeah,
stuff. So
yeah.
I mean,
You'll have a lot.
they are listening to us and stuff, and so that's telling you something.
Yeah.
So they
They
hear our
said
feedback all
that
the time.
I think the end of the contract for Final Fantasy VII is supposed to be ending sometime soon to where it can be ported on other systems like PC. I don't know if it's coming to Xbox, but from what I'm hearing, it's going to be on PC. I don't know how true the story is. But
Mhm.
I've seen that the whole exclusive deal where strictly PlayStation is supposed to be running out. Just like Horizon Zero Dawn. I think that's the game. Yeah, Horizon. Now
No,
it's
that
on
I don't,
PC.
you would never see Horizon on
Horizon's on PC. It's on
Xbox.
Steam. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Xbox. No, no.
it got a play. It got a PlayStation. It got a PlayStation. You won't see that game. You won't see
Yeah,
that game for any time soon. It's just like Demon Souls, the remaster version.
yeah,
You will see it on PC, but you won't see it anytime soon. It's probably going to be a couple years before you see it on PC and
yeah,
stuff. And I don't think it's ever going to go on Xbox because the people who remade it was a PlayStation Studio
yeah.
developers.
If it
So
comes out for PC, you might as well say it's going to be for Xbox. I mean,
yeah, but they're not gonna put on the Xbox Series X console. They'll put it on PC and stuff.
yeah,
Just like what they're doing with Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, it's on PC and stuff like that. But when you start the game, it got PlayStation all over it and stuff. So when you start the game, so
yeah,
they are not gonna put it on Xbox
yeah.
at all.
Well, hey, I
But
mean, we'll see. I mean, if they did, I mean, I wouldn't want it for Xbox just because of the whole. Back then, it was PlayStation, and that's all I wanted it. All I want it to refer to. I would love to play it on PC at 144 hertz. That'd be awesome. But if they
yeah.
release, if they ever optimize it for PlayStation to utilize 120, I don't know if they could.
Mm,
That would be awesome. 4K 120. That'd be
yeah.
great. But I don't know, with the whole hybrid system they have in here would be able to do it because that game is very demanding because how much detail is in it. So
Mhm.
we would have to see. Are you interested in those Hitman games? Do you play any of those?
You know what? I played Hitman a long time ago, but I've been hearing really good reviews about it and
Yeah.
stuff. So
So check this out.
I don't
Hitman
know.
3 sales have already surpassed development costs in 1 week post launch. So all this had to do with marketing. I'm telling you, they market this well. and
Yeah,
it's
it's not
doing
even
well.
that. It looks really good. I mean, it's not. It's I don't like I said. You look at the graphics for the Xbox Series X and PlayStation. On the Xbox Series X, I think actually I know it is a native 4K, 4K 60 with ray tracing, not like high ray tracing, but ray tracing that you really could see stuff, and they did a phenomenal job with it. It looks really good. And like PC, um, Digital Foundry did some PCs. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. They did some PC settings, and yeah, it's a good looking game. It looks nice and stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I'm interested in it. I may pick it up one of these days. Just I don't know. I gotta give it a try. I'm not a Hitman fan. I never really played any of them. Played, I guess one or two, but I don't even think I put 10 minutes into it. So I was
yeah,
always interested in some Siphon Filter. Those were my games when Hitman was kind of big. But I mean, Splinter Cell. That's what I meant to say. Splinter Cell. They
mhm.
were kind of going neck and neck back in the day. When the Hitman, series was coming out. From what I see, it looks pretty good. It just kind of reminds you of a modern Assassin's Creed. I mean, that's how I look at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Did you ever watch the movie?
Yeah, I actually own the movie.
But did you like it?
Like I said,
I couldn't reference it because I didn't play it that much. I couldn't reference it back to the
is
game.
is I'll say that it was Fox back then. It was if you turn your brain off, then you'll like it. It's like if you're not trying to make sense out of it, then you'll be entertained with it. It's one of
your
those.
brain off?
Yeah, it's that type of movie. It's
I've never heard of a movie where if you turn your brain off, you would enjoy this
yeah,
movie.
because if
Like,
you start to if you start to really think about the as in like, oh yeah, this is yes, I can see why
Max, I'm done with
Asian
you, dog. I gotta turn my brain off to watch it. I don't want to watch it, but I gotta turn my brain off to watch the movie.
yeah, it's no, because the movie itself is kind of like it's really
cheesy.
no story.
It's cheesy. That's what it
It's
is.
really no story. That's what I'm saying. It's really no story to it. So it's kind of like you think about it. It's like, why the heck is Agent 47 like doing this for this girl? And then you look at then it's a cure and stuff like that, and then you're like, all right, I'm not going to think. I'm not going to think. But the action scenes are great. That's the thing is about the action scenes are great and stuff. So that's where you have to think about it. If you just look at it just for the action scenes, then you'll enjoy it with no problems.
So what do you think of the Mortal Kombat movies then? I thought they were good.
Mortal Kombat 1 was awesome.
Yeah.
But Mortal Kombat 2 was god awful. That was the worst. That was
the only thing sweet about it was all the characters that was in it, but not the movie itself.
Yeah, it was nothing good about Mortal Kombat 2. That movie should have never been made.
Did you ever watch the fan series on YouTube, Mortal Kombat Legacy?
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, it was really good. And what was the other
fan made is really good
video game fan made that came out? It was the Street Fighter one, and it was really good.
Yeah, that was really good too. And that's why I think they the reason why they coming out with Mortal Kombat is supposed to be coming out this April.
And they're using the original Shang Tsung because he's so popular in the movies for Mortal Kombat.
He was in the video game too. The one I was talking about Aftermath.
Yeah,
he is Shang.
Yeah, nobody can play him. Just like nobody can play Tony Stark, but Robbie Downey Jr. Nobody can play Shang Tsung like this guy.
But that's what like I said. He made Mortal Kombat, and he was one of the pinnacle characters. Like especially that scene where he's talking about your soul is mine. I mean, that's stuff like that.
It has begun.
Yeah, it's like stuff like that is so iconic.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. You just have to say like, oh man, I like I say, you have to have them in there and stuff. If you don't, it doesn't seem like it's a Mortal Kombat movie. I'm kind of curious to see what they're gonna do with it. I mean, it's gonna be HBO Max, so I'm like I said, it's gonna be free for me because I have HBO Max. So so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Godzilla versus Kong.
I haven't. Oh yeah, that's supposed to be really good. That's gonna be in investing in HBO Max. Me and my wife keep talking about it.
Don't get it now. Don't get
No,
it.
no,
Don't
no.
get it
We
now.
decided not to
Yeah.
right now, but eventually, if they keep coming out with all these top tier movies on it, eventually I
Well,
want to invest in it.
I will give you a disclaimer though. Wonder Woman, 1985. That movie is no longer available on HBO Max. It was
I heard
only
it
a
didn't do
time
well.
exclusive.
I heard
It
it
wasn't
didn't
that
do well.
great.
Okay.
No, it wasn't that
The
great.
first one was amazing. I'm surprised at
Yeah,
this.
the first one was really good. The first one was really good. This one, it was. The thing is that I could see why they did the story that they did, but it was just like the villains in the movie, like Cheetah and then Maxwell, if you know Lord.
Yeah.
They did really good performances. It's just like they were just very weak in the film,
I guess
and I
because
think they didn't do a good job with that. That was
I
kind of
guess
like my
because
thing.
DC set such a standard with I'm sorry, not a standard, a staple with Dark Knight Joker. Everybody's looking for that next villain that's gonna grasp everybody like he did before he died.
That's the thing
So
is about it. It doesn't have to be. I mean, it doesn't have to be the story. The Joker. It was just like the story. It was just like when you watch. I hate to say this, and this is a spoiler. If you watch the trailer of Wonder Woman, or if anybody sees, you've seen the movie. It's just
yeah.
very long and stuff. That's
You know
pretty
what's
much what
funny?
it. They show everything that
Right.
that you need to see.
And I thought the whole swing on lightning thing was a little gimmicky. I'm like, I
That
don't
was
know,
pretty
man.
sweet. Yeah, yeah, it was pretty sweet and stuff like that.
Well,
So
you would think that that moment would be one of those moments where Captain America picked up Thor's hammer and everybody was in shock in the theater. I mean, that it seemed like the lightning scene should have been that, So
yeah,
we will see. But I'm looking forward to. I'm actually looking forward to Blade when Blade comes out. I think they have a great
yeah,
actor. They have an amazing
yeah.
actor for him.
Yeah,
Um,
Marshala.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, he is going to be. Yeah, he's a phenomenal actor. I'm looking forward to that.
So I think
So,
I'm gonna touch on the last one before we get out of here. This is the one you sent me, Max. I didn't get a chance to read all of it. But
oh
it's for the
yeah,
Saints Row 5. So number one, I didn't even know you were a Saints Row fan.
oh yeah, I'm a Saints Row fan. Well, this is just a rumor. I don't know how true this is, but they're saying that Saints Row is coming out. Saints Row 5,
Yeah.
and I played Saints Row 1, 2. I didn't beat 3. I played a little bit of 3, and because I have it on the Xbox, not Xbox Game Pass, but I got it as part of my gold membership when it was free and
Yeah.
stuff. So I have it. But
Yeah.
it's a really good game. It was the competitor for Grand Theft Auto. In certain ways, it did do better than Grand Theft Auto when the first two games came out. But then it started to go downhill for the other games,
Yeah.
and so that's where. So
Yeah, I think
that's
2
one of
and
the things.
3 was or was it 3 and 4 that was horrible because everybody keeps saying they would
Yeah,
like
it
to
was
take
3
the
and 4.
content from 2 to add it to this one from some of the stuff I read. So,
Yeah. It like 1 and 2 were really good, and yeah, it just went downhill with the other ones and stuff. Because what ended up happening is like the studios was getting bought out, and they had different visions and stuff like that. Then it just got too silly and stuff. So it was just one of those things that was just yeah, it just need to go back to its roots and stuff like that. I like that whole gang territory and stuff like that, but
it kind of
it
reminds
was
you of a
just
GTA and Fortnite mixed together. That's what it reminds me of.
yeah, it
Mm.
was like that, but yeah, they
I mean, put it this
we'll
way, it's
see.
better than Crackdown, I'll tell you that. I
Yeah.
I couldn't get into that one. I only got into the Saints Row during 3 and 4, so I haven't got it. I didn't experience 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
So I think 3 and 4 came out on PlayStation 3, I believe, and 360. So I haven't had an opportunity to really see what that game is all about. But when I played it, I thought it was like, it's like a gimmicky Grand Theft Auto, and it kind of draws your attention a little bit because it's funny. They have so many
Mm-hmm.
funny parts in it. But then I played Crackdown. I'm like, all right, I'd rather play Saints Row. I don't know why Crackdown is so popular. Maybe it's just people just grew up on Crackdown and they just can't, get enough of it, whether it
It's
sucks or
just
not.
mindless. It's just mindless. Just tearing up buildings and beating people up and stuff like that with
Okay.
superpowers and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean that's like a perfect game. What I'm talking about, like if you turn your brain off and you just play stuff just to tear up stuff, it's the same thing. It's the same concept, kind of like Hitman and stuff. Like if you just watch it for the action, you're not gonna care about the story and stuff.
Yeah.
It's the same as that concept and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all right. Well, that's all I have for today, Max. You got anything else?
uh, do I have anything else? No, I really don't. That was kind of fast this hour and stuff like
It
that.
sure was, man. It's
Yeah.
like you say, we turned our brain off. I mean, the only thing I had last was that monthly Halo Infinite updates to start soon. Promises from 343. So that's pretty cool because we got so much more. Here, I guess I'll show it real quick. We have so much more time to wait. So the latest release they had, we were impressed. So hopefully we'll still have that same feeling if they keep releasing things every month. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to that. I hope, and you know what I hope they do. This is a great idea if they do this. That they will make some sort of app where you could be interactive with whatever they put on there, like a mini game or put a story on an app or something. Have a Halo app that comes out and keeps you engaged and keeps you interested in the game, and hire a team that'll put content on there that grabs you. I think that would be good for the game.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. No, yeah, so you're right
And
about
I
that.
think they kind of owe that to everybody because of what happened, and the whole, because the games, if they would have never got the bad feedback they got from the Xbox Game Showcase, then
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure it still would have released on it would have released this year, last year. That's just how I feel. I keep reading that the reason why they pushed it back, they keep saying because of COVID, but a lot of people are saying it's because they didn't get good feedback from the game show. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that'd be a good idea for them to do something like that. Just create an app and allow it to keep everybody engaged and keep the game, exciting, and keep building up that hype until it comes out. And hopefully it executes, what everybody is saying when it comes out. Regardless of it, I'm a Halo fan, so I'm gonna play it just to play it, just like the Crackdown people.
Yeah.
So whether it sucks or not, it just that's just it. So I actually,
Yeah.
you can't even see it, but one day if I adjust my camera, I still have the collector's edition helmet on my shelf behind me. I don't have the camera pointing at it right now, and I don't feel like moving it, so I can show you, but you'll be able to see it in my streams. Yeah, but other than that, that's all we got today. It's 10:30. It's late. Pretty sure you're going to bed or you're going to play some video games.
Probably play some games for a bit before go to sleep for work and stuff. So yeah, gotta play some games and stuff. So
Yeah. So
gotta
make
do
sure you
that.
guys like, subscribe, follow my pages. I'll be streaming tomorrow. I don't know what time yet. Normally it's 10 o'clock, but sometimes I get on early if the kids go down, and if the wife is doing her own thing, then I'll hop on early. But tomorrow would be hopefully Resident Evil and the Medium. I might get too hype and try to play just the Medium. I already got the thumbnail created, so we'll see. And also this Saturday is my retro stream event, so make sure you guys tune in. I'll be playing some GoldenEye, so it's gonna be some good times. We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah, and check out my channel if you get a chance.
Yeah, you got a new video. You were testing,
Yeah,
what is
try to
that?
put.
Will o' the Wisp? What the game?
Yeah, that
Ori?
game is actually really fun. Yeah,
I know.
everybody
I played it.
downplayed it, but yeah,
Mm.
that game is actually really fun and stuff. And it looks good on the monitor too. So that was like one of the other things about it. So I had to show that off. And yeah, I try to put out a video every week and stuff on Mondays and stuff. So just go ahead and check my channel out, subscribe to it, and greatly appreciate it and
Yeah.
stuff if you can.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Peace.
All right, have a good one. Take care.